Hey guys, welcome back. It's the Lego Man Legend here. We're going to today look through the 7 basic steps to building a pool in Planet Coaster 2. So we're going to build this excellent pool that you can see in front of you, or at least I think it's excellent. And yeah, so we're going to talk through the 7 steps to build it. Few little tips and tricks. It's not an in-depth analysis of pools or anything like that, but just a basic 7-step guide to building your first pool in general. So the first big step to building your pool is to, of course, find somewhere to build it. So what I've done here is I found a lovely spot, and I'm building a path first, and I'm going to build the pool in the middle. Now, you don't have to do it that way. You can build the pool first and then build the path around it. But here I've decided to build the path first because I think that's a little bit better for me to build a bigger area, a big section to decorate. That way I don't have to worry about building the paths in the plaza afterwards because I already have all the path built by the time I get around to building the pool. So I use the draw tool here because it can help me get some of these curvy shapes, which I think look a lot better for paths and for pool design, especially if you're going for more of a resort theme or the aquatic themes. I think this kind of line drawing tool, is really good. And then as you can see there, I'm using some of the other little pathing tools to just to connect the path to where the pool is going to be. So you can see here is that I've used the draw tool, the same tool that I used on the path, but this time I'm using it to build the pool. I've built it to be quite curved, have some very interesting kind of curved edges, and I prefer that over the more straight lines just because I think it looks a lot better for the natural vibe we're going for here. I think if it was a bit too straight, kind of needs some buildings, like a hotel or something nearby, which doesn't quite fit what we're going for here. Again though, that works perfectly fine. It's just not quite what I'm going for here, so you're more than welcome to do that with yours. But yeah, so the step 2 was to, of course, build the pool itself. Then we're moving on to step 3, which is to build a flume. Now, there's no requirement to build a flume here, so what I've decided is to build the flume first because I can decorate around it and plan the rest of the pool build based around where the flume is. So I'm building, it's a very basic flume, it's nothing exciting, nothing particularly crazy, and we can come back later and change this up, although I don't think I will. I think I'll just leave it like this. I think this looks a little bit more like a classic flume kind of shape. It really doesn't like me. It really doesn't want to go into the pool, as you can see. But you can change some of the settings in your setting menu to allow the flume to essentially go through the pool. But I'm not going to do that. It's a little bit too much faff here. So I'm just building the simple flume like that. You can build more than one. I've just chosen the one here. But that being said, building the flume was step 3. And then we're on to probably one of the more important parts, which is building your water pump and your water purifier. So you have to have these in a similar way to how you have to have the electricity for the rides to run. So you've got the pump there. So this is the filter, so you need to have the filter close to the pool. It doesn't need to be directly in it or anything. It can be kind of just outside, but you need to have a filter near the pool. And then you have to have a pump, which is similar to how the generators work. You can have the pump anywhere. You just need to make sure that you have the filter and the pump connected. Those are the only 2 main things. So once you have your water pumps connected, so step 4 is complete, you can move on to step 5, which is adding lifeguards. Now, lifeguards are mandatory for a safe park, safe pool, and you will continuously get complaints about the pool if you don't have lifeguards. So as far as I'm aware, they don't need to be covering the entire pool, just the majority of it. So you can go into your options, and there's a few different types of lifeguards you can select. I tend to go with the chair ones because I think they look a little bit better for the vibe I'm going for, but you can use whatever you like. And yeah, so you can kind of position them around the pool. I usually hire an extra lifeguard as well, just to make sure that there's always somebody there keeping an eye on the pool. And then that moves us to step 6, So step 6 is a very important part. It is the changing rooms and the guest services and a body dryer. So you need the guest services so that the visitors can buy pool passes, otherwise they can't go to the pool. You need changing rooms so that the guests can get changed into their swimming costumes, and you need a body dryer so that guests can dry off after they go swimming. Now, I don't think the body dryer is necessarily mandatory, so you don't need to have one of those. But you do need to have a changing room, and you do need to have a guest services. So what I've done here is I've used a mythology-themed shop base that I've built earlier, and I've just modified it a little bit. As you can see here, about to modify. So I removed the shops that we're in. I also added in a pool floaty shop with the surf themed building that I built there, and that I set to be open so the guests can come and buy pool floaties and rings and whatnot and then go play with those. So I'm just editing this shop here. I mean, it's not a shop, is it? It's a changing room, but I'm editing it, making it nice and attractive looking, I suppose. But I'm trying to make it a bit better themed for the pool. Obviously, I don't like seeing those blue tiles at the front, so I'd find some like little pillars and some decorations. Yeah, there we are. Some trims to just put around the edges and kind of block those. I think it looks quite nice like this. I might upload a new version of this, a pool-themed version, to the workshop if you guys are interested in that. But yeah, so I found these little trims, hid those kind of along the insides there. It's a bit finicky to use the controller to move these pieces around, but I'm getting there, getting used to the controls. I think, to be honest, these don't look half bad considering, so I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, so that leads us to the final step of the build of a pool. So we've got our first 6 steps done. We have designed the pool, we've got paths to the pool, we have a flume, we have water filters and water pumps, we have lifeguards, we have changing rooms, guest services, and body dryers, and last but not least, we have to decorate the pool. Alright, so it's time to decorate the pool. This is very clearly my favorite part, and I feel like I go a little bit overboard on the decorating, but you guys tell me what you think. Love to hear from you guys what you think of the pool, what you guys think I could add to it, or take away, because I mean I do a lot of decorating. So yeah, just let me know. But here we are, just doing a lot of decorations here, putting in some random bits and pieces. I think, of course, it's important to have a good working pool, but the more decorations you have, the better. So you can actually adjust you can actually influence the scenery rating of the pool. So what I do is I put a lot of decorations around it so that I can increase that scenery rating. The guests are willing to pay a little bit more money to go in, but on top of that, they're also more excited to go into the pools, more likely to buy pool floaties, and more likely to, well, visit in general. So I've got a lot of decorating here. I'm going to set the rest of this just on a time lapse and you guys can watch and see. I could commentate over the whole thing, but I don't feel like I have a lot to add. What I have done here is I've created a that base that I copied, this blueprint here. I have posted to the workshop, so you guys are more than welcome to look that up. That is, yeah, I can post a code for that in the comments if you'd like to see that. But yeah, I just kind of, I was gonna do a time lapse. I'm not even going to. I mean, it's a time lapse here, but I will commentate over the whole thing because I may as well. But what was I gonna say? Anyway, yeah. So I add in all these rocks. I add in these plants and trees, little bits and pieces around. I think it helps make it look a little bit more alive. I like these palm trees. I like that the trees sway in the wind as well. Makes it feel like things are actually happening. I'm not just watching, you know, a bunch of static trees. The trees are actually moving around. Find these ferns, some little ferns as well. I have different rocks, different shapes of rocks. I've sized them a little bit as well. The resizing tool is extremely useful. If anything, that's probably the feature that I've used the most out of all of the building features, is just so helpful to get things exactly how I want them to be. So I'm quite happy with that. Yeah, so then I'm going to make some patio chairs, or sunbathing chairs, whatever you'd like to call them. I suppose it's not a patio, it is a pool. So anyway, sunbathing chairs. I have colored a few different ones. So I colored the blue, the green, and the pink. I've also spread those around. I built a little pool here. It took me a while to decide what I actually wanted, but I wanted to build a wave pool. So I kind of built this little tiny wave pool in that corner there. And I built a little splash pad right there as well. Put some decorations over top of that. That's just a blueprint I just took. I did not build that one. And same with this little resort sign as well that I put out there. But yeah, so I put these chairs everywhere. Put some umbrellas, some tables. Yeah, I think it looks nice all decorated like that. I put in some extra shops as well. I say shops. Put in some extra changing rooms and stuff like that, so that more guests can actually attend. Only a certain number can go to the pool, because there's only one changing room, so everybody's queued up at the one changing rooms, complaining that the line's too long, so on and so forth. So I figure I opened some more, added some extra ones. Yeah, and then I add in an extra little flume as well. It's nothing big, just a little tiny thing. Add in some bins. Just some other little decorations to make it feel a little bit more alive and more like a real park. Yeah, some little umbrellas there. What else have I done? Added a couple of little extra decorations, an anchor. There's the extra flume. Yeah, but I think it looks good. I tried to fit in an extra flume somewhere, but it just started to look way too crowded. It didn't like that position there. I'm not sure why, so I just left it be. Just let it be. But yeah, so that's the end of that park, I think, really. I think that's the end of the decorating. So I'm just going to walk around this park, and you can kind of see a little bit better how it actually looks from a guest's perspective. So you can just walk around. I mean, it's quite loud. There's a lot of people. It's very crowded. But I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things I could add to it. There's a lot of things that maybe I added a bit too much here and there. But I really like how it has the vibe of a real water park. I feel like it does truly look like it's a real park. It looks a bit alive. I like the trees swaying. I like the guests all running around, just changing time to the sunset, because I think that looks really pretty on this park. You see the reflection of the trees and everything in the water there? Man, they did the lighting so well for this game. It just looks so good. So, yeah. But, if you guys liked that, if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and comment down what you like the most. Do you like the slide? Do you like the shape of the pool? Do you like the way that I decorated the rocks, or the little sun chairs that I put everywhere? What do you like the most? Let me know in the comments below, and I will just close this video with a few minutes of these not time lapses, it's not a time lapse, a few minutes of these kind of just chill scenes of the park now that it's being built. So yeah, but remember those 7 steps of designing your small pool, editing the path, adding a flume, then some water filters and pumps, lifeguards, changing rooms, guest services, body drivers, and just decorating. And it's really just those basic steps that got me to where this pool is today. I say that as if it took me forever. It didn't. It took, what, an hour, 2 hours? But, you know, it still takes a while. But it's following those basic steps, and it's nothing crazy. I feel like this is a fairly laid-back, basic set of, build here. So I feel like, you know, and a lot of people will have a chance to be able to make something very similar to this. I'm not that great of a builder, to be honest, so I think a lot of you guys will be able to make things way better than this. But yeah, again, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment what you think, and yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.